Welcome everyone, this is Master's Joke, also Master's Joke 75 on Instagram. So I rewatched Star Beast, and as I said last week, I really did enjoy it. But I think I got caught up in the nostalgia with Catherine Tate and David Tennant, because it was just like an episode from the noughties. So I think I think nostalgia did get the better of me. I still enjoyed it. I've heard loads of stuff about the message. Whatever. I mean, it's just a show at the end of the day. I think similar to Davros, people have gone a little bit too far with it. But one of the things I noticed about the Star Beast, on reflection, it's not an anniversary story. It's not a classic anniversary story like the 50th anniversary or the 20th anniversary. There's nothing anniversary about it, unless you're talking about anniversary of the David Tennant years. Then yeah, it is an anniversary story, but there's something missing from it. So yeah, I did get caught up with the nostalgia. But Wild Blue Yonder, I mean, yeah, very, 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 very dark story. Again, I enjoyed it more than last week, which last week I thought was great, but I enjoyed it a lot more than last week. It was great just having Donna and the Doctor, like a proper old school Doctor Who kind of story. I still hate the music. It works. The music works really well. I don't know. It seems to be a slightly different composition in the end credits, but it just doesn't work for me. And then I must have missed it last week, but in the main title sequence, just at the end, when you see the title of the episode, I'm sure you hear a voice. That doesn't work. I don't like the music at all, which is a shame. But yeah, the episode was great. Mavity, I thought that was. You see, the issue with Mavity and Sir Isaac Newton. I mean that again, it reminds me of the Davros Children in Need story, where time has changed because the Doctor has kind of taken a step too far. And I know it was just a case that that he heard Donna say gravity wrong, and now it's called Mavity, and now she's saying Mavity as if it's kind of that's what she grew up with. So that was good. Nathaniel Curtis, fantastic actor. He was great in It's a Sin, but I've got to be honest. Sir Isaac Newton, he looks a lot different than he did back in the 80s on the back of my pound note. So I'm just saying he looks a lot different. Well, I don't know what all that's about. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why that is. Whatever. It's just a show. Just get over it. The interior of the spaceship looked amazing. Proper, almost like a movie set. I think it's one of the best spaceship interiors I've ever seen on Doctor Who. And a lot of the scenes reminded me. A lot of people won't remember, but Disney's The Black Hole. Especially when they got in the little car and they were going, to the end of the end of the massive long corridor. So yeah, I had vibes from The Black Hole. The special effects in relation to the spaceship, making it work, were just out of this world. Brilliant. Jimbo the robot, he looked fantastic as well, proper retro. I would have liked to see more of him, but as the story goes on, it explains that he's just an old obsolete robot going slow. From the horse captain. Honestly, this story it's mad, but it's brilliant. It is really good. One of the things I noticed when the Doctor talks about the TARDIS, and he says, "She's the only thing I've got left." Let's move on. I was surprised. I was surprised about Flux being mentioned, and the timeless. Well, they didn't actually say timeless children, but the timeless children was addressed. I thought they were just gonna leave it a bit like the Paul McGann movie where I'm half human on my mother's side. Now, as far as I'm concerned, after watching, I love the McGann movie. As far as I'm concerned, the Doctor is half human on his mother's side, and that's it's all about interpretation, isn't it? But I watched that movie. I loved it. I was disappointed that a series wasn't made with Paul McGann. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the Doctor is half human on his mother's side because I loved that story so much. So I didn't, I'm not fussed. Well, it wasn't a great idea, was it? The timeless children and what they did, but I thought they were going to leave it. So I don't know. I'm in two minds whether I'm happy that they addressed it, or if they should have just kind of left it similar to the McGann movie. But yeah, it was interesting though that they did at least address half the universe being destroyed, because I kind of thought, how can you destroy half the universe and then start fresh with a new Doctor? So yeah, in some ways, it was good that it was addressed. I'm sort of in two minds. In relation to the Doctor and Donna's doppelgangers, and and the long arms and the big hands and when they became giants, I mean, the special effects were very ambitious, and some scenes really worked, but then some scenes didn't, and it looked quite poor, which is a shame because everything looked really good. But yeah, only some of the special effects in relation to the doppelgangers just didn't look good. I think they a bit over ambitious. If they'd only done a little bit of special effects, it probably would have worked better. The vampire teeth, that was a nice touch, very much like Alan Carr. He came to mind. But the captain who committed suicide from a horse race, I mean, I thought that was a lovely little touch. Having space horses who fly spaceships and wear space suits. So that was interesting. Not everyone's the same. I like that. I do like that. One of the other things I noticed with the TARDIS. So at the end of the episode, the TARDIS is all fixed up again and it's all perfect. I love that scene where when he picks up the wrong Donna and he gets her out of the TARDIS with the almost like a drawbridge. The ramp kind of goes up and knocks her out. But again, I know Tennant filmed his scenes ages after Jodie regenerated, but I think it would have been so much better if you'd had Jodie's TARDIS being destroyed by Donna's coffee. I touched on this last week, but it's just it would have been great to see. I hated Jodie's TARDIS console room, but it would have been great to see it blow up. With it just didn't make sense. Why? It's a brand new TARDIS and it blows up. It just didn't make sense. So they should have just done it with Jodie's TARDIS. And we do see that the 14th Doctor does fly Jodie's TARDIS with her console, but only in that Davros episode. You can see behind him in the TARDIS. It's the old one. But that's a shame. But talking of the TARDIS, and again, I don't know if anyone noticed it, but when the time rotor goes down when they landed and you hear the ping, and the first time I heard that sound effect was in the Five Doctors when they land on Gallifrey in the Death Zone, and then that ping continued throughout the rest of the classic series up until up until 89. So it's great. I love the ping. So it's great to have the ping back in the TARDIS. Hopefully it will continue. I don't see why not, but I think it's the first time we've seen the TARDIS actually land with the new console room. So yeah, keep the ping in. 10 out of 10 for the ping. But yeah, I really like the story. And then yeah, I mean, it didn't really make sense why the Doctor picked the wrong Donna. I didn't really understand how he could have made that mistake. But again, it kept you on the edge of your seat. So yeah, that was really good episode. And then right at the end, with the the world coming to an end, a really good cliffhanger, just like back in the day. And we haven't had a good cliffhanger for ages. When you're seeing the plane crashing, and then to top it all off, that scene, because I mentioned, I sort of touched on this last week. I thought I just didn't think they were able to finish the scenes with Bernard Cribbins, but to see him back just for that final little scene, the look on his face, Wilf, it was great. And then I wasn't sure how much they filmed, because I've kept away from spoilers. That's the thing. I don't look at any spoilers. It's been difficult, but I had seen images of Wilf in his wheelchair being pushed into the TARDIS when they were doing the filming in Camden. But I didn't know if they had enough, and to see that, it was beautiful, and also his Bernard Cribbins' final piece of work. So that was lovely to see. Lovely tribute to him right at the end of the episode. And also, I watched the Doctor Who Unleashed as well, and they did a nice tribute on there, bit of behind the scenes with Bernard, just like back in the noughties when he used to, you used to see the behind the scenes on the older Doctor Who Confidential. So it was lovely, 1928 to 2022. Lovely touch. But yeah, I enjoyed the episode. But similar to last week's Star Beast, it's not an anniversary. It's not an anniversary episode. There's nothing about it that says this is an anniversary, apart from the ping of the time rotor in the TARDIS. So we've got the Giggle next week. So I mean, I can't believe it. I can't believe it's going to be the last episode with Catherine Tate and David Tennant. I think they've done well. I've as I've mentioned, I've enjoyed these 2 episodes. Hopefully, the Giggle with the toy maker in it and Kate Stewart and Unit. Hopefully it will be a bit more nostalgia, and it will be a bit more anniversary based. Maybe this, because all 3 stories are supposed to be the anniversary, even though the anniversary was on the 23rd of last month. So I'm hoping for big things for next Saturday, the Giggle, and let's hope we see Donna Noble and Doctor 14 go out in style, and get ready for Doctor 15 and Ruby. But anyway, that's the end of the video. All positive from me. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It lets me know you care. It also helps the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.